Hi everyone, my name is Alejandra and I am to start to talking about your school's vegetables garden project. When we come back to the semester, we found the garden very green and full of life. It had grown a lot since last time. There were many flowers and everything looked beautiful but a little bit. The plants from the previous semester had spread everywhere. So the first thing we had to do was clean and organize the area. This semester our goal was to make in a huerto, vegetable garden. We wanted to plant and buy plants inside of just decor ones. After this good idea of theme, we decided to grow lettuce, cilantro and tomatoes because they are easy to grow and useful. Uh, they are useful and good for learning about to care for vegetables. And we also wanted to take the garden more sustainable, so we use recycled bottles to buy and a water tin system. The idea was that the water would slowly drip water into the oil and help keep it humid, especially during the cold morning when the watering was harder. At the beginning, we were already excited because the garden looked full and potentials. We could imagine how it would look once everything started growing. We decided task among us. Some people were in charge of preparing the soil, others the planting, and some of the watering, and keeping track of process. Even though it looked like a simple project, but I think it taught us how much work it takes to take care of something alive. It was a beautiful start to the semester and full of learning and teamwork.
Hi everyone, I'm Isabella from Team 8 and I'm going to talk about the planting process and how we work as a team to organize everything in our garden. The first step was the soil, so once the soil was ready, we began planting the seeds of lettuce, cilantro and tomato. We made small holes and placed the seeds carefully and covered them with soil again. It was fun, but it was a bit tiring because we wanted to make sure that every plant had enough space to grow. So after that, we decided to test the water system that it's made from recycled plastic bottles. We hugged them in we hugged them upside down with small holes in the caps so the water could drip slowly. At first, it seems like a great idea. We were proud because it was eco-friendly, but after some days, we realized that it wasn't working very well. Some bottles leaked too fast and others got blocked and didn't let the water pass at all. So it was difficult. So because of that, some plants of the garden got too dry and others got too wet. So we decided to change the plan and started watering with a bucket and a small cup instead. That way we could control the amount of water each plant got. It took more effort, but it worked perfectly for us and for our plants. Everyone had specific duties. We took turns watering, checking the plants, checking the area, and writing down observations about growth. Working together made everything easier and more fun. When someone couldn't be there, someone else took their place, so the plants were never left without care. While we were doing that, we checked every day the water and the state of the plant. So by the second week, the letters began to sprout, and we could see small green leaves that was one of the most exciting moments for all of us because it showed that our work was worth it and it was paying off.
Hi, I'm Daniela, and explain the main purpose and objects of Usage-able Garden project. Our main goal was to create a small, sustainable space where we could grow edible plants using teamwork and recycled materials. We wanted to connect what we learned in class with real life expensive understanding how plants grow, what they need, and how weather affect them. From the start, we agreed that we didn't just wanted to plant something and forget about it. We wanted to the entities process from seed to plant and maybe even to just vent the object where grow and late 3 different vegetables: lettuce, cilantro, tomato. Keep the plants letting the speed the cold weather. Use the late one recycled element in the project. Work together as a team to run the stage. Work together as a team through the stages. It may sound simple, but I already made you think about parents and responsibility. Every light action matters. Watering, removing with project from insects, every checking how the soil fails. One of the most interesting things was learning how the climate affects crops. This semester was really cold, and we noticed that the lettuce and cilantro adapted better, while the tomatoes suffered more. Overall, this project helped us understand how much care natural need and the teamwork and constancy are the most important tool for success.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin, and I talk about the difficulties we faced during our project and how we solved them. The biggest problem we had was definitely the cold weather. Some days were so freezing that the soil felt hard, and the plants didn't grow as fast as we expect. The cold shower during the development, especially for the tomato plants. To make things worse, we also had to deal with chapulines or ants or grasshoppers. They start eating the tomato grapes and even the small stem. We try to project them usually natural respects and checking the plants daily. But sadly, most of the tomato plants didn't survive. It was disappointing because we really want to see them grow fruit, but we learn to adapt. Instead of feeling frustrated, we decide to replace the tomato section with meat. Meat grows fast, smell amazing, and it turned out to be perfect for the cold. Another problem was the watering system made with recycled bottles. It didn't work as spank, and the plants were getting the right amount of water than when we smell to watering by hand, sewing a bucket and a small cup. It took more time, but it gave us more control. Tracy Charlton taught us that even when things don't go as planned, we can always find a solution. Don't follow our strength, so we have to be patient and flexible.
Hi everyone, I am Enrique and I tell you about of the tools and what we achieved after a week of work. And despite after the tools, the Harlem ended up looking really beautiful. With wheat and fresh. The cilantro smell red. The mint that replaced the tomatoes with super fast and healthy. I was amazing to observe how of effort changed the plants. The plants lotter, genet and strong. All with but top wasn't manually. It best part of after blotting and with and how spending that time outdoors. We also achieved something very important. The coordination everyone was committed and responsibility. We didn't have it to letting alone to the part. Everyone who did it that mattered. One who did it that mattered. A big difference in how will the plants turn off. One of the best parts was watching of natural reaction with your that talent of eye. Even small action, like removing dry leaves of watering, that would make a bit impacting. Be the end of vegetables. Darling was who's at a storage project. It was something we were truly proud of saying. Those plants love matter. Of feel capable and turned top natural.
Hi, I am Bril and will finish with reflection on everything we learned together this project. This garden project taught us the patience, teamwork and dedication can really make things grow, not just plants, but also our own skill. We learned to be organized, to plan, help, and to face unexpected problems together. Even to her, the water was very cool and the watering system didn't don't work perfect within hip hop were looking for solution, treat new ideas and make it work in her own way. That's what make this experience so special. Replacing the tomatoes with meat shows us that sometimes things those would take wise well and but don't that doesn't mean fail, it means learning. We end up with a garden full of life and a great story to tell. If we could continue next semester, we love to plant more vegetables like carrots, spinach, or peppers, and maybe improve our bottle irrigation system, though, so it's work better next time. In the end, this one just a project. It was a lesson about nature, responsibility, and teamwork. We're proud of that we accomplished and grateful for everything we learned together. Thank you so much for listening to our story.